There we go.
Awesome. Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our master class, How to Create Sacred Union in 2019. That's really our focus. Really harnessing the energies. It's the beginning of the year. We're moving towards Valentine's. This is a great year and a great time to really create the relationship that our heart is really longing for. So, hi, I'm Kim, creator and founder of Energetic Allergy Healing. For those of you who don't know me, I think most of you on here probably do, but just in case, I'm also generally a spiritual healer, teacher, and mentor. So kind of do a lot of different types of healing work and teaching, and then have the modality, the energetic allergy healing piece, which I've already seen a couple of you on here, which are practitioners. So I'm excited to see you guys here. And I'm going to let Alicia introduce herself.
So hi, I'm Alicia Hartzell. For those of you who might not know me, I'm also a spiritual healer, teacher, and mentor, and I'm the creator and founder of Sacred Soul Alignment modality. We each have these modalities that we teach, and we also teach together. We have some pretty high-level advanced healing classes that we teach together. That we love. We love. Our mission is very much combined in many ways.
Yes. Yes. Other than the names of the modalities, you probably noticed that there's a lot in common in how we relate our work in the world, or relate ourselves in the work in the world that we do. Does that make sense? Twist it up there. So those of you who also are familiar with Alicia and I and our work, you probably are well aware that we have had a long journey of friendship together. And one of our favorite topics from the time we were 17 years old has probably been relationships, right? We have discussed together at length for many, 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 many years, all the ins and outs of each other's highs and lows in the area of relationship. And now we feel not only excited and passionate about assisting others in, really cleaning up what's in the way of us really expressing our self out there in the world, and finding that energetic match to that self to bring in and have that physical sacred union here. So we love doing this work together, and we love the fact that we can do so much more than just talk about it all now. So we can actually do work. We actually have amazing, powerful healing tools to really work on this topic and create, for ourselves what we're looking for, desiring, and working on assisting others in doing the same. So super, super excited about this.
Yes, we love doing this work with other people too, because it's so rewarding. So are we all ready to step into our true love story, or begin stepping into our true love story today with this masterclass? We're going to be taking some steps, big steps towards that. Relationships are one of our biggest mirrors in this physical reality, and they contain some of our biggest triggers. I'm sure probably all of you can relate to that, and they hold some of our deepest fears. Relationship fears are huge because of traumas that we've experienced in relationships. We come into relationship the moment we're conceived, and there's a lot that happens throughout our lifetime that creates those fears and those triggers. But the relationship container also holds some of the most beautifully profound potentials of joy and, of course, love. And within, this container is that those two aspects, the pain, the struggles, but also the potential to grow and evolve and understand and know ourselves at an even deeper level, and to experience love in all of its forms, unconditional love, compassion, divine passion, and sacred union. And all of this really, truly starts with our ability and our capacity to love ourselves.
That is right. So it's time. It's time to really step into that true love story. Means it's also time for deep shedding, shedding of the lies of what we feel, what we've been taught about who we are and who we are not. Okay, time to really blow through the resistance and all that's in the way of recognizing who we truly, really are. And love is what we are. We are love. And when we can really, dissolve away all that's in the way of us recognizing that in ourselves and seeing that truth of self and embrace that, then the physical match, your most aligned sacred partner, or that mirror of this self-love that you have stepped into, cannot help but show up in your physical reality. So again, this is truly exciting work that we get to do here. And we're going to be talking about, of course, because this is a free masterclass, of course, we're going to be talking about a program that we have coming up that is really to go deep in assisting others, assisting you in creating sacred union. So now we told you guys that we were going to be talking about the different types of negative energies that can be sabotaging your ability to co-create your true love story. So we're going to go ahead and start right there. Okay, and then we will be doing some healing, because we promised that too. And you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are all aware that we love to share healing work on live streams we do, master classes we do. You will definitely be experiencing that here too, but we'll be doing that more towards the end of our call. So you're going to want to stick around for that. So one of the first forms we want to talk about of these heavy negative energies that can keep us stuck, that can keep us from creating and stepping into, anything that we really want to create in our lives. But right here, right now, we're really talking about that love relationship. One of the biggest factors in this that needs to be healed is trauma. Okay, relationship trauma. Family trauma. There's different types of trauma that can be affecting our love story. So we can be holding trauma from this lifetime, from our direct experiences in relationships in this lifetime, as well as past lifetimes, other realities and dimensions, other stories that we have played out. We can also be carrying family trauma. We can be carrying it for our mothers, for our fathers, for that ancestral line, and holding on to that. And that can be some pretty heavy energies that can be really sabotaging our ability to create that beautiful sacred relationship. Another one of these forms of heavy negative energies are oaths, vows, and contracts. And we're going to do a little bit of cleanup work on all of these different types of energies that we're sharing with you here now and talking about right now. But we can be carrying different types of oaths, vows, and contracts. We can be carrying oaths, vows, and contracts to actually carry this trauma, to hold on to this trauma. And again, it can be for our ancestral line, our mother's lineage, our father's lineage. We can also be carrying the energies which we call hooks and cords. Hooks, cords, and attachments, which we can actually be carrying to our trauma itself. We can have hooks, cords, and attachments holding that trauma in place. And this both feeds into this trauma, creating, making it even larger, growing that trauma, and feeding off of that trauma. So these are some energies that are really important to look at when you're doing healing work. And these are things that Alicia and I, we have tools that we work with regularly that really clean up all of these types of energies.
Yes, so we're going to be using some of those tools today to do some healing for you guys. So one of the ways that this trauma that we're talking about gets really imprinted and embedded is in childhood. With our family of origin, sometimes before we are even born into this world, we've already experienced trauma in the womb. And when we experience trauma in our childhood, especially before the age of about 6 years old, it gets deeply, deeply imprinted into our cells, into our energetic bodies, our subtle bodies, our etheric body, our emotional body. We can store up so much unresolved negative emotions, our mental body, those crystallized thought forms that become, deeply embedded when our experiences prove to us over and over again that trauma is our reality. And it becomes such a part of us that we recreate relationships that have trauma because that's what we believe that love is. That's what feels normal to us. That's what feels comfortable and safe, even though on a conscious level, it might not feel safe. But on an unconscious level, that's what's normal to us, especially when we've had those experiences in early childhood. And so we're energetically seeking that sort of level in all of our relationships. And, these belief systems and these experiences and these traumas, the more we find and create and experience traumatic relationships, the more embedded these belief systems get, the more embedded these emotions get, the deeper into our cells and our DNA and everywhere, and our chakras and everywhere, they become embedded and imprinted. It's kind of like if you can picture like a water flowing through an area of land, and over time, it really carves out that land, and it forms a canyon. And this can also happen quickly. So if you think about like the Grand Canyon, that was either formed over, a very long time of water flowing through that land, or it was formed in a very fast time, a large amount of water. So we could have these little traumas happening, from the moment we're born or even before that, where life is chaotic. Our parents are arguing, there's stress in our home. Or it could happen with one big trauma. Maybe we had, a loving family, a loving environment, but we experienced, maybe a sexual trauma at a young age outside of our family. That can also create those deep grooves of trauma that hold those belief systems, that hold those emotions that become deeply embedded. And, we can have, so an example of this would be, we didn't feel seen or heard by our parents growing up. Maybe one of our parents, left the family and we felt abandoned. Maybe there was a lot of fighting in our family, or whatever reason, we didn't feel loved or seen or heard or worthy. And that's how we grew up feeling. And then we turn around and we get into a relationship with someone who mirrors that same trauma back to us. And so maybe, we are aware we're not happy in that relationship. So we leave that relationship and we create another relationship that mirrors the exact same thing back to us until we clear this stuff and we close those loops and we change our story.
Right. Yeah. So the trauma does that, and so do our belief systems, right? So the belief systems do the same exact thing. And the more we experience those belief systems playing out, like Alicia was talking about, kind of like just like the traumas, the more we have that as a life experience or different belief systems, the more embedded those become as well. And when that happens, we more fully accept those for ourselves as our truth. We begin to, that's where hopelessness can set in, and helplessness and despair can set in, because that programming is so deep that we don't know how there's a way out or a way to change it, or a way to move out of that and create or something different, or better, or have something better than that.
And sometimes we don't even know that something better exists, even, if we're so deeply ingrained with those belief systems.
That's right. So We've talked a bit about oath, vows, and contracts as related to trauma. But oath, vows, and contracts are also another important energy to look at for anything that may be hindering or blocking us from creating our desired experiences. And again, we're talking about our love story here, our partnership, that sacred union. So I'll give you a couple of examples of what an oath, vow, or contract might look like. So you could have oath, vows, and contracts possibly to give over or hand over control to a partner when you enter into commitment or relationship with another, with a mate, a boyfriend, girlfriend, a husband, wife, right? You could have oaths, vows, and contracts running not to even recognize or see true love when it's in front of you. That can be another. And these types of oaths, vows, and contracts can get created from, once again, probably more than likely from our past traumatic experiences. So we can create oaths, vows, and contracts to never do that again, right? Because it was too painful. So those are some examples of oaths, vows, and contracts. And the types of energetic beings that we are in this human experience, we actually carry a lot of these. Alicia and I come across, we come across different types of oaths, vows, and contracts and the work that we do with clients in every session. Like literally, they're so common. And we've really come to experience the power and the transformation that occurs when you identify those and dissolve those, close those down, shut those off, stop that energy from running. So, and then earlier when I was talking about trauma and hooks and cords, I meant to actually also share another type, which is entities. And I don't think I can get kind of skipped over that thought. But entities are another heavy energy that hook into our traumas. And they feed off of the trauma. Okay, they feed the trauma and they feed off the trauma. That's actually what I meant to say earlier. I think I kind of messed that up. So I wanted to come back and touch base with that. And then entities, we have a lot of different, we're not going to go into all different types of explanations about entities here. There's a lot of different thoughts on entities, but even viruses, bacterias, molds, fungus, yeast even, they are forms of entities. So when we're struggling with those types of things in our bodies, we need to look at the trauma. Okay, because those things are attracted to us just like our relationships. We attract them just like we do relationships from our belief systems, from the traumas we're holding, from what we are mirroring. So that can be another, and is more than likely a piece that's in there somewhere when we are working on releasing all that's in the way of being able to, really step into our sacred union story. So,
yes. So those are a lot of different forms of heavy energy, but we can also be holding on to trauma and heavy energy from other lifetimes and timelines, from past lifetimes, from parallel lifetimes, from the relationship experiences that we had in those, in those lifetimes, timelines, those other experiences, relationships that were based on or are deep into the energies of control and abuse. So we've all had many different experiences as we travel through time, and we've all experienced, relationships that are painful. And sometimes that pain is so deep, and so it becomes so deeply ingrained in us that we actually carry that forward lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And the traumas from these stories of these experiences stay with us. And they can actually, keep us stuck in these patterns of recreating those kind of stories again until we actually can really look at that and unwind and unravel that. And we can even be carrying oath, vows, and contracts in from other lifetimes or other experiences. Even from lifetimes that were not painful. we could have a beautiful, beautiful lifetime that was so amazing that we create an oath-bound contract to be married or to be with this particular person over and over and over across time, and to never love another person, and to always have to find them. And maybe this person doesn't show up with you on that same timeline that you're on right now. And so that becomes not a tangible possibility, but you're stuck in that oath-bound contract. So there can be all kinds. Like Kim said, we encounter oath-bound contracts every single day, and they can be one of the biggest blocks or hindrances that we can have in our energy. We can also be holding all kinds of hooks, cords, and attachments from this current experience that we're having and from other experiences that we've had. Hooks, cords, and attachments to the trauma itself. Hooks, cords, and attachments to these oath vows and contracts. Hooks, cords, and attachments to the entities, if there are entities involved, and to the person that all of this was created with, to the person that relationship was with. We can have all kinds of hooks, cords, and attachments that are just really, really muddying up our energy, feeding, negative energy into us, draining us. Hooks, cords, and attachments are another thing that we see and work with every single day. And we're going to be doing healing on all of this in just a few minutes. Everything that we just talked about, we're going to be doing some healing work on all of that. So we've talked about kind of some of the major players of the negative energies that sabotage and block us from creating really what our hearts desire. And of course, in this case, on this call, we're talking about the focus of sacred union. But before we do the healing, let's talk about the flip side of all of this negative energy. We have powerful, powerful tools to clear, dissolve, release, and deconstruct these energetic blocks, which is an integral, necessary part of the process to really be able to bring in what we want, right? But equally exciting is that we are living in a current time where we have access to super advanced spiritual technologies that are available to us right now, that, things that even a year ago, we didn't have access to the level of frequencies that we have access to on this planet, that allow us to create these powerful structures that magnetize our desired experience to us, and that allow us to really anchor ourselves into that high dimensional, high frequency energetics, grid that we talk a lot about, the anchoring into the fifth dimensional grid system of Gaia. And we're able to really do that with these powerful advanced spiritual technologies and structures that help support us in co-creating our sacred partnership like magic. This stuff really is truly, it is magic.
It is. I would call it high magic.
High magic, yes. We sound like Harry Potter.
I know. I love it. Yeah, and also in this exciting time that we're living in, we are, and Alicia and I, we've talked about this, and you've heard it from others as well that are, teachers in our spiritual communities. Well, we are partnering like never before in our human history with masters and archangels, with galactic guides, whose divine commission is literally to bring through these high-level advanced spiritual technologies to assist humanity with the ascension process, which includes assisting us in coming together with our divine counterparts. Because now in this time, many of us have missions that we have agreed upon with our partners. So we are truly living in an exciting time where more and more of us are going to be coming into these sacred unions. So we are super excited to, assist, whoever really want to step forward for this work, to clean up whatever is there, to really bring in and co-create that sacred union in a more accelerated fashion, you could say. So
yeah, and accelerated is a key word there, because truly I believe that what's meant for us, what we have agreed to experience in this lifetime, it's not going to miss us, but we might veer way off course, and it might take us an extra 10 years to get there. So this work that we're doing is really bringing forward an accelerated path to get there.
I love it. And let's give you, just to give you an example, when we're talking, spiritual technologies, an example of what we are talking about here would be, I'll talk about a specific spiritual technology that was brought through for Alicia and I. This was when we were in Mount Shasta in June of 2018. And what came through, we were told to call them beacons, that they were a beacon. We're like, huh. And what we saw and experienced was that this was an energetic structure that literally sends out the signals into the world for what you want in a partner. Now, we also have come to understand that there's different types of beacons that you can work with. So we call this the love beacon, this particular spiritual technology. So it sends out the signals into the world of what you are looking for in a partner, and really it does this by sending out your own unique energetic signal into the world so that your beloved can find you and recognize you. So there's that magnetic thing, a powerful signal, this magnetic energy. And that first beacon that came through was the love beacon. And you can think of it like energetic, you can think of this process like energetic pheromones. Okay, so
exactly.
Energy out there to attract that one, or that small group anyhow. And with your intentions set properly, and with you anchoring everything, all of your intentions into the fifth dimensional grid system, which we'll talk about more later as well. But when you can do this in I don't want to say the right way, that's not what it's about, but in a way that really harnesses these high dimensional energies, you can't help but bring through your energetic match into your physical reality. So it's super exciting work. Energetic pheromones, yes.
I love it.
That's what we're doing.
Yes. So this is just one of the things that we're going to be using. So we'll be using this, activating this love beacon and other really exciting spiritual technologies in our 4-week program that Kim touched on that we have coming up, Co-Creating Sacred Union. We're going to be creating blueprints, anchoring them into the 5th dimensional Gaia grid. So just really utilizing the high 5th dimensional frequencies that are more newly available to us on this planet, as we are all ascending, as the earth itself is ascending, and allowing us to access, things that we've never had access before as humanity since, the times of Lemuria and Atlantis. These frequencies have not been available to us until now, since that time. So, love, joy, like pure love, pure joy. And we're going to be using these frequencies to transform your love story. So we're going to take a moment to talk about this program now before we get you guys all totally blissed out from the healing. So this is a 4-week program that begins February 7th. Our live calls are going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and they'll also be recorded so that if you're not able to make that live call, you're not missing out on anything. And this program is only $222, and we even have a payment plan to make it really doable and easy for those of you who are feeling called to do this work. And so that payment plan is 2 monthly payments of $122.
Good. And I just put the link in the chat box in the Zoom too.
Oh, good. I'll go ahead and do that on the live stream.
Good. So you guys can actually see that sales page for yourself. It's just a really simple sales page. But you'll find the details that you need there. So you can look at that, after we're done here today as well. You can circle back to it. So let's, did you say that I was going to share some of those details?
Yeah, we'll share a few of the details. I'm trying to put the link in the comments here.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and do that, which I think is what you told me to do. I got distracted putting the link into the Zoom. Okay.
We're so good at multitasking.
Oh, yes. So in this 4-week program, we're just going to go over some of the bullet points here. You're going to receive deep healing work to unwind and untangle your past relationship stories, the pain, the trauma, the heartbreak, the disappointment that we so often can experience. And also, we're going to go deep into dissolving the beliefs and patterns that have been in the way of experience that epic love story that you deserve, a love story where being seen, heard, understood, cherished, adored, and loved for all parts and aspects of you as a mutual daily experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yay. We're going to also be releasing you from past outdated oath, vows, and contracts that we've talked quite a bit about here, and other negative energy forms that might be binding you literally to past relationships or to past relationship patterns that we don't want to keep recreating. And all of this is going to create an expansive space and flow so that your most aligned sacred partner can literally drop into your physical reality. And all of the healing, all of the work that we do, it takes place at the deepest levels using everything that we have available to us. The proven advanced techniques and healing tools that we've been using for years, including, some of the newer exciting stuff that's come in, attunements and alignments that will clear these heavy energies from all parts and aspects of you. This is working on all layers: the DNA, the cells, the cellular memory, the chakras, the subtle bodies, the heart, the brain, the nervous system, clearing this out from our lineages, clearing out past lifetimes, all levels. It's going deep.
That's right. That's right. And you're also going to receive guidance with bringing in clarity on what it is you desire in a beloved relationship and how you desire your sacred union to look and to feel. And
okay, I'll go on this one. You also receive a powerful activation of high frequency energetic structure, which we touched on, the love beacon, that will actually be placed and activated in your energetic structure to magnetize your highest, most aligned beloved.
Awesome. We're also going to be taking everyone that comes for this program. We're going to be taking everyone on an attuning and releasing journey to more fully merge and balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine, which activates your twin flame pillar, allowing you to easily connect with your divine counterpart in the physical realm. We're super excited for this journey. I'm really looking forward to that part myself.
Yes, and that is something that is a very newly available to us. So we're excited. And we're also going to be creating a sacred union relationship container. So we keep talking about these energetic structures. They're powerful. Sacred geometry, so much that we have available to us. So we're going to be creating a sacred union relationship container to incubate all of your intentions that we're going to help you really, really get clarity on and make really strong intentions. So this will all be incubating within that relationship container, and this will be anchored into the fifth dimensional grid system of Gaia, so that what we're creating inside of this container is in those high frequencies of the fifth dimension.
Awesome. So all of that in 4 weeks, you guys. It's absolutely a packed, powerful program, and we're super excited to share it. And again, it's $222 for a full payment and $122 for 2 payments. And there's some
both of us.
Write those down. They're not on the sales page. Yes. and you get both of us for 4 weeks.
Oh, the
There's
link.
also bonuses,
I'll put the link into there we go.
where did we write those bonuses down at so we can share
Oh,
those?
yes, we have bonuses.
We do. We always have bonuses.
I forgot about our bonuses. Okay, those are.
I'm looking for them real quick. We might need to
They're
go.
not on the sales page.
No, we didn't get a chance to get those up. I am, however, seeing some spelling errors on the sales page, so just ignore those.
We actually, Kim
Back
did the sales page herself. I helped a little bit.
I did.
But
a little work.
We're like jack of all trades. Yeah. Well, okay. So the bonuses are, I think I remember what they are. One of them is a pay in full bonus. And one of them is an early registration bonus. So the pay in full bonus.
I don't see it.
So one of them is a call that we did. So I believe the pay in full bonus is a call that we did around Mary Magdalene. And it's one of the favorite work that we've actually ever done together, because so much love and compassion comes through for Mary Magdalene. And I think it's about a 90-minute recording. And there's a lot of healing, a lot of activation that came through for that call. So I believe that is the pay in full bonus. And since I'm saying it, I guess that is true.
I found it.
Okay.
It's true. Okay. Yes. And then we have a bonus for purchasing in 7 days. And it's basically week 2 of how many weeks program was it? Our Archangels class that we did.
It was a 4-week program.
12 Archangels. So week 2 has 3 or 4. I don't have it up in front of me right now. So there's either 3 or 4 Archangels in week 2. And the main focus there, the reason we were really nudged to choose that specific week is it involves embodying and connecting to Archangel Shamuel and his twin flame Charity. And they are 2 of the archangels that really brought in that love beacon technology for Alicia and I. So that particular class, it's going to be about an hour, and there's some powerful attunements in there to really bring through a deeper connection to these specific archangels and the special gifts that they have to share with humanity come through in the attunements. And that class was actually a super powerful class, and we're excited to share that week as a bonus.
Mm-hmm. So you get that bonus if you sign up within the next 7 days. So by January 30th.
January 30th. And we'll send out, an email. We'll send out a reminder before that 7-day period is over as well. If you're on our email list, which you probably more than likely are. So that's it. That is our plug. That's our plug for our class. We're super excited to really get started on February 7th. We're just really looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll see you there. And if you have any questions at all, when you read over the sales page content, or as you're listening to this masterclass, just feel free to message either one of us or both of us. You can even make a group chat for both of us, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Well, let's get to the healing work. We know you guys are waiting for that piece. So
yes. So if you're here live, or if you're watching the replay, just knowing that you're giving permission for us to connect to your higher self for the purpose of sending the healing. So if you're here watching, or if you're on the replay, if you want to type yes, you can, or you can just accept that mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to create this sacred circle and then get the healing going. So Kim's going to get us started on that.
Awesome. So go ahead and just get comfortable. If you're not in a place that you can relax, come back to this replay. And don't do this right now. But go ahead and just close your eyes. Make yourself comfortable, and sit back in a comfy chair, or lay down if that feels good. I'd like to invite you to place your hand on your heart, just to bring your focus, awareness, and intent to your heart space. And intentionally dropping down into your heart now. I want you to begin to breathe some longer, slower, and deeper breaths so that you can run more light in your body. Okay, just slowing your breath down and deepening your breath to about a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. That works really nicely. Just breathing in and out as if you're breathing in and out of your heart. Okay, good. And encourage you to take these longer, slower, deeper breaths as we move through this grounding and connecting meditation here. So now notice that there is a pink ball of light that's out in front of you. Okay, this ball of light is filled with the frequency of compassion. Now, with each breath that you take, imagine that you're breathing this beautiful pink light of compassion. See it flowing from this ball directly into your heart. With each breath, notice with each inhale that your heart is lighting up with this beautiful pink light. What you're doing here is literally activating your heart with the frequency of compassion. Just seeing that pink light lighting up every cell of your heart, all the spaces in between. Noticing with each inhale that your heart space is expanding more and more with this beautiful light. Now notice that there is a pillar of light forming around your expanding heart space. And just run this pillar of light down through your body, down through all of your chakra bodies, going down through your legs, down through the soles of your feet, connecting into your Earth Star chakra, about a foot below your feet, 5th dimensional super rooting chakra. And running your pillar of light down from there, going all the way down into the earth, sending your pillar of light all the way to the center, that magnetic heart core of Gaia. Okay, Gaia is the 5th dimensional earth. Okay, connect your pillar in here. Okay, you may notice that it looks like a big crystalline ball of golden light here, right in the center of Gaia. Okay, connecting your pillar in here, begin to draw this golden love light from Gaia up through your pillar. You may see it swirling around your pillar like a vortex of energy as well. Just know that this golden light is now coming up your pillar, coming up into your Earth Star chakra, again a foot below your feet. Pulling this golden love light up through your feet, up through your legs, up into your root chakra, pulling it up into your sacral chakra, up into your solar plexus, pulling this golden love light up into your heart. Taking a moment here to notice and feel and experience this golden love light also lighting up all the cells of your heart, all the parts of your heart. Your heart expanding with this beautiful golden light. So you now have this pink light of compassion and you have this golden love light from Mother Gaia, expanding your heart space. Good, and continue to take these longer, slower breaths, breathing as if you're breathing in and out of your heart as Alicia guides you up.
Good. And from your heart, send a beam of light straight up and pulling that beautiful golden light up with you into your high heart, into your throat chakra, into your third eye, your crown, up into your soul star chakra, about 12 inches above your head, and traveling up through this beam of light, going up, 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 and connecting in with your higher self. And just taking a moment here to connect with the highest aspect of your higher self that you can access, calling forward your I am, your divine creator self, anchoring this beam of light into the heart of your higher self. Continue traveling up and out through this beam of light, beyond the universe, traveling as far as you can go until you reach the beautiful pure light of the heart of creation. This is the energy of all that is. This is pure source energy. Anchor your beam here, feeling that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Creator, the heart of Source. Begin pulling that beautiful light down through your beam, all the way down into your soul star chakra, into your crown, your third eye, your throat, your high heart, and into your heart. And as that light travels down into your heart, it merges with the pink love and compassion from your own heart and the beautiful golden light from Gaia, allowing that to expand your heart even farther. Allowing this light to expand to fill every cell and molecule of your body. Expanding out beyond your physical body, 12 feet in all directions, forming a beautiful ball of light that you are in the center of. Witnessing a space in the earth opening up for this ball of light to drop down, dropping all the way down into the heart of Gaia. Anchoring yourself in here, feeling that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia, and between your heart and the hearts of everyone joining us in this space, whether it's here now, live, or listening later. All right, and we're going to get the sacred light release vortex going and activated here. So you may feel some energy coming up from below your feet, swirling around you. You may feel it swirling in a counterclockwise motion, getting ready to really assist us in clearing and releasing at the deepest layers and levels possible this trauma that we're going to be working with. Even the trauma that we don't even have language to describe. So this is going to be clearing on all levels, like we talked about. It's going to be clearing from our physical body, from our cells, our cellular memories, all of our chakras, our DNA, all of our organs, our nervous system, our heart, our brain, and clearing through all of the subtle bodies. So our etheric body, which is a replica of our physical body, it's what gives our physical body the light, the life force, the prana. Clearing from our emotional body, where we might have all of these trapped emotions hanging out and clogging our energy. Clearing from our mental bodies, those crystallized thought forms, those loops of thoughts that, keep us trapped in those painful traumas. And clearing from the astral and causal bodies. So let's clear traumas. So as we are talking through these, we invite you to just tap into your own experiences and allow the trauma that you relate to, that we're talking about, allow that to come up for you. Allow those emotions to come up. Allow the feelings in your body to come to your awareness so that you can receive a really deep healing here. So we're going to start with traumas around being controlled. So just bring that up to your mind. It may have been something that you experienced as a young child, feeling controlled. You may have repeated these patterns throughout relationships over your life. We're going to clear some beliefs here too, using our sacred light belief clearing attunement. So we're going to clear the belief, love leaves you out of control. So as we are talking and you're revisiting those traumas in your mind, just paying attention to where you're feeling that in your body, if you're feeling it anywhere in your body. Pay attention to any tightness that you might be feeling in your body. Even, a pain that you might be feeling in your body. Just really be aware of what's happening for you in your body as we go through this healing. So also clearing the belief love equals losing control of yourself. So if you fall in love, you lose control of yourself. Anywhere love equals losing yourself, like you literally get lost in that love relationship. So let's clear all of that. We're clearing all of this back to the beginning of time. All of those oath, vows, agreements, and contracts we talked about, all hooks and cords to all of this, marking all lessons downloaded and complete in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Good.
All right. And we're also going to clear anywhere that love spins, anywhere you're carrying that belief pattern or karmic loop that love spins you out of control. Okay, anywhere that love makes you lose control, that love equals a loss of control. Anywhere that love means giving up control of your heart or your body or your money or your life. Anywhere that love inertia, that force of love, anywhere that sends you literally spinning out of control. Anywhere that love knocks you out of balance. How many times have we heard that love knocks you off your feet, right? Knocks you off balance. Some of us never really regain that balance. Some of us are spinning out. Right? So let's clean that up. Okay, and again, all any oaths, vows, and contracts that we've ever agreed to or allowed to have love express itself in our lives in this way, or to work this way for us in our lives, unwinding, we're going to be unwinding all of that all the way back to the point of origin, which those patterns were created for each of us individually. And sending the divine perfect light through all those timelines, realities, and dimensions where that's been our story, cleaning up all of those stories. Okay, so divine love and light. Again, using the sacred light belief attunement on all of that. For all listening now and later, creator, change it.
Good. So we're going to clear up a couple of dual beliefs. So love makes me a puppet. So anywhere that when we're in love with someone, it's again about that control. They're the puppet master and we're just the puppet. And then the flip side of that, anywhere that if we love someone, we become the puppet master. So that dual belief, anywhere that there's either one of those patterns or loops running. And also love equals possession and obsession. So anywhere that, that's what love is. We're possessed by the person that we're in love with, or we have to possess them, or there has to be obsession there. And anywhere that love equals repression and suppression. So anywhere that we're repressed whenever we're in love, or that we're suppressed by our partner, or that's what we're doing ourselves in those relationships. So let's clear all of that stuff up again, back to the beginning of time, the beginning of creation, sending light through all of those timelines, resolving and dissolving all of those oath, vows, agreements, and contracts to have to experience love in this way. Working all lessons downloaded and complete now. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Whew. Good.
Good. In unison.
That stuff.
And if you're not used to watching Alicia and I work, one of the ways that we send the healing is through the breath. So you're going to notice a lot of that, the yawning, the sighing. It's not that we are overtired. Okay.
That's funny. I was just wanting to say that, so I'm glad you said that.
Perfect. So that's how that works. And actually, when we teach others to do the healing work that we do, we actually pass that on through an attunement that Alicia does called the breath of peace, which brings that ability through for people and helps people to really utilize breath for some really deep healing work. So we're not just overtired, we are actually releasing and sending healing through the breath.
And we all actually do this. So some of you guys might be yawning or sighing, and you might have noticed that, you know, if you've experienced grief in your life, one way that we're actually releasing grief is through sighing and yawning. So anytime that you're listening to a healing and you're experiencing a lot of yawning, that's a really good indication that you're actually receiving some deep clearing and releasing for yourself.
Right. And that also leads me to say something else too here. If you are one of those people that finds yourself in a crowd, maybe it's not even a crowd, maybe it's with family members that you have some charge on or some trauma that you're carrying, and you find yourself in their company and you are yawning and you are sighing, you are more than likely, you have healing abilities. You're probably a healer. And you are working on cleaning stuff up. You're working on healing the people that you are around when that happens to you. So maybe that's something you notice. That was my story growing up. So just took me a while to understand what that was all about. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We have a few more things that we're going to work on for the healing here before we wrap up today. So let's also just unwind, resolve, and dissolve anywhere that your heart is never safe. You have to keep it locked up tight. Anywhere that love destroys you from the inside out. So what we were seeing when this was kind of coming through for this master class today was sort of like, here this love shows up all beautiful. Right? Here's the flowers, the chocolates, I love you, that feeling. And at the same time, we saw like literally a man kind of reaching around the backside of the heart, just kind of coming in from the back and destroying, you know, causing destruction in the heart. So, so anywhere that's happened to you, you've been tricked, love is fake, you've been duped, so to speak. And that love actually destroys you from the inside out. Anywhere that love crushes you, anywhere that love destroys your heart, anywhere that love stabs you in the back. Let's clean that up. Okay, and also along with that, while that's clearing, let's also resolve and dissolve any oaths, vows, or contracts that you have running to give control to your partner in a relationship. Anywhere you got that running, to hand over the steering wheel or you know, the ship wheel. Okay, we don't need to do that. We need to be in a co-creative, equal space as partners to have a true, beautiful, fulfilling, sacred union relationship. Right? So let's clean all that up now using the Sacred Light Belief Attunement. Unwinding, resolving all of that all the way back to its point of origin for each individual listening now and later. Running that perfect divine light through all those timelines, realities, and stories, anywhere that's been true. Okay, and those oaths, vows, and contracts as well. Getting those all resolved and dissolving divine love and light. Creator, change it.
Good. So let's also clean up any oath, vows, or contracts that we have running to not recognize or see or believe in true love when it's in front of us. So let's clean that up using the Sacred Light Oath, Vow, Contract attunement now. Dissolving, rewriting, releasing us from all of those oath, vows, and contracts that are no longer in our highest and best good. Clearing that through all lifetimes back to the beginning of creation, marking all of those lessons downloaded and complete. In divine love and light, Creator, change it. We're going to also dissolve those hooks and cords we were talking about. So hooks and cords to the traumas that we're holding onto that are being released here. to these contracts that are being released here, and to the people, to the relationships that either created this trauma or more deeply embedded those grooves with that trauma. So dissolving and resolving all of those hooks and cords now in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Whew.
Oh, wow.
And noticing what you're feeling in your body, allowing that to be released just with your awareness of what's coming up for you. The sacred light release vortex is very, very powerful. So just bringing your awareness to your body if you're feeling any tightness or heaviness in your body.
Okay, clearing lots of stuff here. Energy is moving. So let's also just give a little, pay a little bit of attention here to entities or implants. Kind of, we talked about this earlier as one of those energies. Some of that has been clearing already for you guys with the belief attunement that we've been running on all of these different patterns and oath, vows, and contracts and whatnot. But let's also just kind of address that specifically. So just, we're calling in Archangel Michael here. To really, clean up any entities or implants that have come from or are hooked into our love, our relationship trauma. Okay, that trauma is, a lot of that is cleared already. A lot of that's going to be clearing probably over the next few days as all of this healing work processes and integrates. Okay, but dissolving and resolving all entities and implants that have hooked into this trauma. That are hooked into us from any of these abusive, traumatic relationship experiences that we've had. Okay, so resolving and dissolving. Sending all entities, implants to the light now. Okay, for all listening now and later. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Oh, okay. Just taking a moment of witness here. Good. Awesome. Let's see here. We've got just a couple little things left, and then we really are good to go for today. So we've also noticed, you may have or you may have not noticed, I'm not sure, but all this work that we've been doing already is automatically, with the tools that we use and the way that we work, it's automatically clearing and cleaning up your past lifetimes as well, which Alicia has mentioned to you, I believe, earlier on. So, but let's also just really intentionally resolve and dissolve any deep energies that are still hanging around of control or abuse from our past lifetimes. Really just intentionally cleaning up those past lifetimes of those specific energies of control and abuse. And again, you can really use that sacred, light vortex that you've got running there too. A lot of that's getting pulled from the different aspects and parts of you now too, as we're moving through this healing work. Okay, but just really focusing on those energies. We started out really on this topic of control, so really carrying this through all this work here today in this masterclass. Okay. Good. Good.
Good. So let's ground all of this down, everything that we've just transformed, all of the new energies that now have room to drop in. Let's ground all of this down into our Earth Star chakras. So just placing your awareness down about 12 inches below your feet. Grounding all of that down into the heart of Gaia and into the fifth dimensional grid system of Gaia so that we can be anchored into those higher frequencies as we go about the rest of our day. Good. And just disconnecting from everyone's higher self now. Okay. That was good.
Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, so just looking back at, let's see, do we have any comments here to look at? Let's see, Tricia says, I've done energy work for about 16 years. As soon as I started your classes, I now feel it in my ears. Oh, that's so funny. You feel the healing in your ears. Very odd. That is funny. Your ear chakras are opened. Beautiful, says Alicia. Well, she hadn't thought of that. Okay, good. All
You're
right.
welcome, Nikki. And Abby says, the energy feels so strong. Shatona was just meditating on this today. Love equals being out of control and being humiliated. So grateful for this healing.
Oh,
You're
beautiful.
welcome.
Beautiful. Jessica says she fell asleep in part of it. Is that okay? Yes, you received it. You received the healing. And if you fell asleep, you might want to come and revisit the healing work piece one more time, maybe even 2 more times. You may have more to grab there. When you fall asleep, it's usually pretty deep. And repeating the healings can get some of those deeper levels and layers that you might not have accessed all of that today. Okay. Oh, Shirley, you're welcome. Jade says it was really deep, yawning so much. Awesome. Okay, good, you guys. Well, again, if you have any questions about our upcoming program, feel free to reach out. We're super excited to get that started. And thank you all for being here, being part of our call today, and sharing your energy with us too, sharing it in our lives as we do through our Facebook groups and the different ways that we get to interact with you guys. We really, really, really appreciate you all. So
Yes. Yay. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of your, what is today? Tuesday.
yes. Okay. All right. Bye for now, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.